Oh, look here. In number 11, we've got a multiplication. I've got that number in scientific form times this number, which is in scientific form. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to multiply the non-10 parts, the 2 times the 2, and then the 10 parts. So we are going to get, all right, 2 times 2. You know what? I'm going to write it all out so you can see what's happening. Times 10 to the third times 10 to the 6th. Now, that, of course, is 4 times 10 to the, and what do you get here? We're multiplying 2 powers with the same base. So you add the exponent, so I get 3 plus 6. So we're going to get 4 times 10 to the 9th. Oh, and I see they want us to write this in decimal form. So this is really this. It's 4 point, right? There's an implied decimal right there. Times 10 to the 9th. So let's get this out of scientific form back into standard form. So look at that decimal point. How did we get it here? We must have moved it 9 places to the left, right? It's positive, so we went to the left. So to get it out, we'll go 9 to the right, all right? So here's 1. I'm going to need 9 zeros. So how about 4 and then 9 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Number 12, we're multiplying 2 numbers, both in scientific notation. So let's multiply the non-10 parts and then the 10 parts. So how about 8.4 times 1.3? I'll use my calculator to do that. And then times 10 to the 5th times 10 to the negative 2. Now, calculator. I got 10.92. Times 10 to the, now what do you do with these exponents? Right, we're multiplying 2 powers with the same base, so I'm going to add the exponents. 5 plus negative 2. All right, 5 minus 2 is a 3. Now we're almost there. This number is not quite in scientific form, right? Because look at the decimal point. There's 2 digits to the left. I want only 1. So I'm going to take that decimal and move it right over here. Then there's 1 non-zero digit to the left. So let's write this as 1.092 times 10 to the, now what did we do? Just to get it here, we moved the decimal point 3 places to the left because it's positive. So I went 3 places to the left, but then I went 1 more. So I'm going to have to crank that up to a 4. So that'll be 4. And now, the directions say to write this in standard form, all right? I got it in scientific form. So write it in standard form. So let's get this out of scientific back into standard form. So here's the decimal point. We moved it, to get it here, we must have moved it 4 places to the left, positive, so to the left. So to get it out, let's go 4 to the right. So here's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to have to add 1, 0. 1, 0, 9, 2, add a 0 to get it out, and I'll put a comma there. There we go. Well, now here in 13, we've got a division, right? We've got a division. So I'm going to divide the non-10 parts, 1.04 divided by 5.2 times, and then I'll do this one here, 10 to the 4th over 10 to the 7th. Now, that looks like a calculator problem. So put in 1.04, divide by 5.2, see what you get. I got 0.2, and then times 10 to the what? Well, look at the exponents here. 2 powers with the same base. Top exponent minus the bottom. So it's going to be 4 minus 7. So how about 0.2 times 10 to the negative 3? Now, they want this in standard form. We've got it in scientific form. So let's get it back to standard form. So that decimal point, what do we do to get it here? We must have moved it 3 places. That's negative, so I went 3 to the right. So to get it out, I'm going to go 3 to the left. So there's, well, there it is. I'm going to need 3 zeros. So let's tack on 3 zeros. So point 1, 2, 3 zeros, and a 2. Let's take the non-10 parts, 7.35, divide that by 3.5 times, now the 10 parts. This is going to be 10 to what? Now I'm dividing 2 powers with the same base. So top exponent minus the bottom exponent. So negative 5 minus 2. Now, I didn't write it too well over here, but it's 7.35 divided by 3.5 turns out to be 2.1. Do it on your calculator. 2.1 times 10 to negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. But we want to write this in standard form. So let's move that decimal place. Just to get it here, what did we do? We moved it 7 places. Now, because that's negative, we know we went to the right. So to get it out, let's go 7 to the left. So there's 1. So we're going to need 6 zeros. So how about point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 2, and a 1.